And we're back for another episode of Buzz on Real Estate. I am your host, Broker Bryce, owner of Coldwell Banker Anabasis Realty. And today I have a very special guest, Lori Meader. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Honey.
I have so
Thank
much
you for
love
having me.
for you.
Same.
Lori and I got introduced, and since then it has been a match made in heaven. She has been just an absolute bright and shining star in my life, and I'm so grateful for her. But the reason that you were here on the show, cheers to that. The reason that you were here on the show is because this is Buzz on Real Estate.
Yeah,
you're
and
making
that's
a buzz.
what we do.
You're making a buzz in real estate right now. You got a lot of things going.
I do. I have 3 listings. I just closed on a house a couple of weeks ago. I've got another closing today. I just showed a $1.5 million home, and my client's like, I'll send you the details for the offer.
Boom.
$1.5 million.
She
What?
is absolutely
Love
crushing
it.
it. She's recruiting new agents, training new agents, building them up, and they're getting deals.
I've recruited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 so far, and you did 3 in a month last month.
Mm-hmm.
So she's doing an amazing job. But she didn't just get started. She's been doing real estate for 20 years.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, give the audience a little bit of backstory. Where are you from? What was your original work, and why did you get started in real estate?
Absolutely. Well, I am from Jacksonville originally, and I was born here, lived through elementary here, and then I went to middle and high school in Pensacola, went to college down in Tampa, didn't finish college, but that's okay. I then lived in South Florida for 10 years, and then moved back to Jacksonville in 2015. I got my real estate license in 1998.
Wow.
But I never used it because I was in multifamily property management.
Oh, okay.
So I was managing apartments, and I worked my way up from a leasing agent all the way to a vice president.
Wow.
And
tell me about that process. Like, what were the challenges, and what did you learn, and what did you have to overcome to be able to get from leasing all the way to vice president?
Well,
that's a big jump.
It is a big jump, but I put in years.
Yeah.
Years of hard work, and it's also who you know. And sometimes it's the luck of the draw, especially when it comes to property management and multifamily in particular, because it could be very cliquey. So you got to make sure that you position yourself in a company that sees your worth and that will then promote you to those positions.
Yeah.
I did have to change some companies a couple of times to do that, but that's the nature of the business.
That's the nature of the business.
Yeah.
So why did you end up leaving multifamily property management?
You know, it was a very, very stressful job.
Oh yeah.
And real estate can be stressful too, but it's a different kind of it's a different stress. And in multifamily now, the companies really, they really, in my opinion, I don't think they care about your well-being as much as they do the bottom dollar. And that's hard. And I was like, you know what? I love helping people. That's why I was in multifamily. When you're helping people find a home to rent that they love and they're so appreciative, and kind of transitioning into residential real estate was the next step for me. So I got my license, but again, I didn't use it. But then when the apartments were converting to condos, I worked for Coldwell Banker, the condo store.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I did that for a couple of years, went back into multifamily, and then I started commercial property management about back in 2021.
That's a whole different ballgame.
It is a whole different ballgame, but I loved doing the property management.
Yeah.
But they also buy and sell like a lot of multifamily does.
Yeah.
So it can be a little volatile as far as your tenure somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
So I opened up my own residential real estate company in 2018. I got my broker's license in 2013 when I was in multifamily because I was the vice president. I was the broker of record for the company. Yeah. And so I got my broker's license. Well, then when I left multifamily and went into commercial and stuff doing that, I ended up opening my own company. It was just me, no friend or no agents. I didn't want any agents,
Yeah.
Like, cause that's a lot of
It's a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility. So it was just me, and I was doing the commercial full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So I don't know if you know this, but whenever my dad and I were first starting Anabasis, we were actually starting it more as an investment fund than a brokerage. I had my broker's license. I had the brokerage CQ license, and it was, an official brokerage company. But our goal was actually more on raising capital. We set up a 506c accredited investment fund.
Okay.
And we started buying and selling apartment buildings.
Oh, okay.
And in lots of investments. And we ended up building about a 70-unit portfolio from here to Daytona. We had a 17-unit building, a 24-unit building, 6-unit building, 2 quads, triplex, bunch of duplexes.
You still have all of those?
So we've sold probably about half of the portfolio. We probably have about 25 or so doors now. But one of the main things that I learned is, just like you said, these management companies care more about all the additional fees that they can tack on for, a trip to the property, or a charge for this, or a cleaning fee for that, or a maintenance override percentage on this, and, how much they can fee you to death. And really, we cycled through like 3 different management companies because we found that no matter what, it was always about the bottom dollar. It was always, we weren't seeing the return and the cap rate that the numbers really should have broken out to because of some of the practices from some of these management companies. So,
and they work the employees to death, and it's never good enough. It's, if your occupancy is 95, why aren't you 96 or 98 or 100?
Yeah.
It's just really, it's tough for multifamily, and because it's so saturated as well. And back several years ago, everybody's occupancy was high, everybody was great. Then came the onslaught of all these new apartment communities, and then everybody's occupancy starts dropping because they're going to new places, and it's just,
I've seen that happen actually in Jacksonville and Northeast Florida a lot. All of the development, I feel like they've almost overdeveloped a little bit based on the demand, because a lot of the vacancy rates in multifamily have gotten out of control. So it's the rental market has definitely softened significantly.
And that's why I'm so glad we don't do rentals.
Exactly.
I don't want to do rentals anymore.
That leads me to the next part of the conversation. You got out of it.
I got out of it, and
now,
I'm so happy.
And I know you were at Florida Coastal before. Not sure if you were with another brokerage before that.
It was mine.
It was yours.
It's called Bridge Property Services.
Bridge Property Services.
So
LLC. Tell me, what do you love now about what you're doing now with Coldwell, your new role, and what's different compared to what you were doing in your real estate career before?
So, as far as me owning my own company, I was doing it for friends and family referrals. And I had it good. I mean, I was probably doing 5 or 6 deals a year, just with not paying for leads, just all word of mouth. Because I'm a good agent. My customers don't know how lucky they have it.
She's very sharp.
And I really take good care of my customers, because that's my reputation, and I want to make sure that I get those referrals, because word of mouth is the best referral you can ever get.
Absolutely.
So to me, that's golden.
Yeah, because if you get a word of mouth referral, that sticking rate is high. They're sticking with you.
Exactly.
They trust you.
Well, and the reason I ended up closing my business is because I wanted to go into it full time, but I didn't want to pay for leads. I didn't want to have all that overhead that you typically get, right, when you own a brokerage. And I didn't, and I knew I didn't.
It's a lot of overhead.
It's a lot. And I didn't want to bring on agents because I didn't want that responsibility.
Yeah.
So I looked into different companies, and I did not hear of yours until a friend of mine, Rain, who works with us, she told me about you guys. I did work for Florida Coastal, but it was they had me in training from January through April. Now, I'm a seasoned agent.
You've been doing it 20 years.
I didn't need all that training. I only needed training on their, the follow-up boss
systems
and that stuff like that. But yeah, it was not the right fit. Everybody there is amazing and lovely and sweet.
I agree.
But it just wasn't the right
for you.
The right timing for me. But when I met you, And so when Rain called me, she's like, Lori, you got to come to Bruce to Bryce. And I was like, okay, but listen, my dad is now living, he's got health problems, and I don't know if I can do all that.
Yeah.
And you were like, Lori, come and see me. And I did. And we had a great conversation. And you reassured me that no matter what, that it was okay, that I'm going to cry. I'm sorry. Okay. That my dad comes first.
Of
and
course.
and just, to me, that was absolutely, I knew that I needed to come work for you. Because nobody else is going to say that.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry.
I love you. Leading with love is the most important thing that you can do in your life.
It just was so sweet. And so I knew that you meant it. Like, it was genuine.
Of course.
And so and so since being here, like helping manage, my team, the McClenny office, and being part of the mentor program that we have for the new agents, and just everybody that works with us is just amazing, really amazing. And we have such a great team, and we are certainly a family, for sure.
For sure.
100%.
We are a big family. We all love each other. We all mess with each other. Yeah. We have a blast.
We do. We do have a blast.
That's what makes what we do so much enjoyable. You gotta love what you do.
Yeah, like really, last week when we were at our at the team photo shoot, your mom was like, Lori, could you help out? And I was like, sure. I ended up being the one who was like, okay, wrangling everybody. I'm like, I thought I was just helping.
Tara will put you to work. If she asks a favor of you, Tara will put you to work.
I was like, I became the person that everybody's like, where do I go? What do I do? I'm like.
But that was an amazing event.
It was so much fun.
I heard that basically nobody had ever seen that many people in McClenny at one point in time until my dad said it had to be like 15,000 people or something.
It was awesome. Yes, we had such a great time. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to lead that event. I'm glad that God brought you into my life. I'm glad that we're able to provide you so many opportunities in mentorship programs, recruiting, closing $1.5 million deals off of a call, all sorts of really cool stuff. Lori is an amazing human being, as well as a wife and a friend.
Well, almost. We're getting married next June.
We're getting married next June. So congratulations to you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of the team, coming on the show. I have so much love and respect for you, and I will see you at Brews with Bryce tonight.
See you at Brews with Bryce, baby.
And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Brews with Bryce. I am your host, Broker Bryce, owner of Coldwell, Anabasis Realty, and I will catch you at the next one.